Welcome back, everybody, to episode 241 of the Lookout Podcast. I'm, of course, Meals, and we have a great house here today. I'm here with LJ. What's your psychic power?
My psychic power?
Yeah. You're Sensui's goons. Which goon are you?
Or do I make my own, or do I choose one of the ones?
You could choose one of the goons. If you have a power that you want on your own, you could definitely do that. But if you're Sensui's fake psychic goons,
which one would I be? I don't know, man.
There's Doctor.
They kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie.
Who reads
they're all kind of mid.
Yeah, they're all kind of mid. It just is what it is. Maybe make up your own power. All right, you're not. AD, we're here. AD, do you have a psychic power or no? Or are they all mid?
No, it's kind of funny. Not in the show. They are all kind of mid. The only person who's pretty decent is like the sniper, but that's just because it's basic as hell.
Yeah, sniper. That one was pretty cool, but that was definitely it was super basic.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, psychics. And then of course we have none other than the host of Subsly, Dubsly, Versace Vegeta. Jay is in the building. Do you have a psychic power, my friend?
Oh yeah, I'm the doctor because he's the only one that's got a job and shit.
Yeah, they're kind of good money too. Like,
yeah,
what a horrible business decision on his end to start doing stuff.
You know what? It's probably more doctors doing that than probably we maybe realize. Maybe,
absolutely.
Using powers for evil. I mean,
a certain person was right. A certain person was right. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know.
Who else but anime doctors to be this evil? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could probably create a power ranking of evil anime doctors, and
Orochimaru at the top.
Yeah,
Orochimaru's at the top. Where are we ranking Dr. Gero? Top 5, top 10?
I'll put him in the top 10.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah. What's his name from Dr. Stone? Zeno?
Ooh, right. The one with the eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That boy Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist gotta be
Hohenheim.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen, we coming.
Hey, Shao Tucker was also a doctor, you know.
They all.
What's his name? I haven't seen Monster. My bad. I haven't seen Monster, but what's the dude name? Is he evil?
He's not evil.
Oh no, Dr. Tim, the most good person. The most good person. He's number one good doctor of all time.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Come on, man. Shout out to the good doctors in anime, keeping things Nurse Joy.
Balance, man. It's balance.
Nurse Joy is crazy.
Nurse Joy. I haven't seen Evil Nurse Joy yet, but you know, maybe that's a movie in the future.
There's gotta be at least one.
There's so many of them. There's always a bad cousin.
The one who comes back, they're there during like the vacation, and it's like, what? No one wanted. I thought we was family. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Who's just loud for no reason? Who, always getting in arguments, spilling somebody's business. Got a shortcut. She don't even got the little rings thing. She got a,
She the rebel. Family reunions go crazy when she comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so we're at the season finale of Summer at Kame House. Shout out to us making it through the entire summer, watching series from Hell's Paradise to Digimon to Ace of Diamond to something that we watched before Ace of Diamond that's literally leaving my mind right now. Oh, Takapi's Original Sin. We watched something else as well. There's got to be 6. So many different things. You got Big Eyes doing an amazing job going through various mangaka and writers and kind of like spotlighting them and doing an amazing job. One-off Subsly, Dubsly episode for Gundam. More Gundam news as the world turns, more Gundams will appear. Oh, yeah. So you guys got more content for eventually Subsly, Dubsly, GX or MX or MX0, some weird name that you can just add at the end of it, some super sci-fi name. But we've clocked in over 1,000 minutes of content this summer, so I'm very proud of everything that we've done over this summer, so shout out to us. But we're here at the finale, and we're here to talk about Chapter Black of Yu Yu Hakusho. We've gone over Yu Yu Hakusho in the past before. We've done the Spirit Detective Saga. We have never done actually the Dark Tournament. So Dark Tournament is probably something we'll get to at some point in the future and maybe spotlight it with its own thing. But we've never done the Dark Tournament. I've been saving that. But Chapter Black is the immediate sequel to the Dark Tournament. It is everything that comes afterwards. It is everything that kind of like spills out from the remnants of like whatever happened there. So we got that we're covering today, but we could not do it without some news today. And this past weekend, I went to Anime NYC. Of course, as we do every year, whether I'm approved to go or not, I'm there. I'm going to continue giving this shade. The press team at Anime NYC has given me hell for the last like at least 3 years. So I'm going to continue to give them shade. And it was no different this year. Another runaround, even when I went up to them in person. But there's some content and some news that came out of it. More specifically on Thursday, the Netflix panel. Netflix decided to drop a bunch of news at Anime NYC. Shout out to them, especially considering New York Comic Con is like a month and a half away and everybody else is dropping news there. But also it's Netflix. So Netflix also has a ton of IP, a ton of things. They probably got stuff in the tuck that like we ain't announcing it there. We're gonna announce it here. So they probably got more than enough in the tuck. But one of the things, I mean, we got a lot of One Piece.
I know that they typically for Netflix, they save a lot of the video game stuff for New York Comic Con. Like a lot of the video game shows, they drop their trailers. I'm gonna mess around and get another Splinter Cell trailer or something.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they also always have their sort of like geeked week. Sort of thing, right? I know AD and I had a chance to attend that in Atlanta a couple of years ago. So I definitely expect, like you said, Netflix has got plenty in the tuck.
Yeah, when they have like stuff to show, and they always do it in a way, and I appreciate them having like Netflix Geek and Netflix Anime and all this other stuff like that to be able to really like, hey, this is the corner, this is for you guys, and we're going to show it off in the best way possible and really paying homage to all that stuff right there. At Anime NYC, we got One Piece, the key art for One Piece, which is an homage to the first manga chapter. So we got that beautiful piece of artwork. We also got Lego One Piece, which is going to be a series on Netflix, a 2-part special debuting on Netflix at September 29th. As if Netflix didn't have enough of One Piece's IP to really shape around things. I'm sure we'll get a bunch of other Netflix, One Piece Kids, One Piece everything else, and tell various different stories. So I'm sure we'll get that. And this is not the last of One Piece that we'll be talking about on this episode. They debuted the sequel to Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2, which will premiere on October 20th. So this is the sequel to the anime of the year of 2023. That will officially drop on Netflix later this year. So this has got to be highly anticipated considering how well it was received. Did you guys watch the first? You watched the first Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
Yeah, the first one was hard. First one was hard.
Yeah,
this second one's supposed to be a standalone too. So it's not. I think it's like a whole new story, whole new.
Are we confident?
Set in the same universe.
Yeah, same universe.
I like the studio that does Cyberpunk. They do a lot of great work. So this should just fall in line.
Absolutely. So shout out to them. Let me see if I can find the studio. What's the studio?
I think it's Trigger. Studio Trigger.
It is Studio Trigger. Shout out to them. Rapper Rico Nasty performed You Can't Run From Me, which is going to appear in the season 2 trailer. Shout out to Rico Nasty. Shout out to, rappers getting anime themes and not being like weird.
Unless your name's MGK.
Well,
the immediate disappointment on Jay's face.
It's, we're here. I got the chance. So I'm going to drop a whole Anime NYC pod. I got the chance to go with a couple friends, like one of my best friends, Mitch, and Rob, and my homegirl D, and I got to talk to my homeboy Brill, who actually won on the podcast at some point in the future, because he actually, very interesting story. So I'll do the teaser for whatever the episode is supposed to come. I had the extra Saturday ticket since Victoria held me down. So I had the extra Saturday ticket, so I gave it to him, and he had never been to an anime con ever in his life. So this is his first time experiencing anime con. I specifically was like, yeah, the only thing that's like a non-negotiable is like the Kagurabachi panel. Like it's just like 2-pack to the max. You needed reservations like 4 weeks ago. You know, it's highly anticipated, highly hyped, highly all the other extra stuff like that. This motherfucker found a way to get in.
That's crazy.
Shocked.
First con too. That's a player move.
Yeah, that's clutch.
So we're gonna talk about that on the episode. I managed to get my lavalier mic, and I managed to record some audio. Wasn't able to record video, but I got some great audio from it. So you'll definitely be able to hear all that entire experience. And actually live at the con, you'll hear music in the background and all the other stuff like that. So we got a great episode coming down the pipeline either later this week or early next week. But go to our Twitter and like the pimp Nintendo
Super Mackin' Bros, goddamn, like
Super Mackin' Bros, which can I just say I love us? Like I just do.
Superfly Smash Bros, man.
Yeah.
Like
they had that shit on.
Who but us to think of that? You know,
that's
what I'm saying?
The thing is like Anime NYC to me, like it's up there with like the Black represented cons. You just get such amazing cosplays out there every year.
Yeah, they had so
outside
much
of DreamCon, Anime NYC might be the blackest con there is.
It really shows how much Black people like anime. Like it really does. Like how much we're the driving force of what's cool behind anime. So, you know, continue to sell to us, continue to give us free stuff, continue to do all the other stuff. But that is the Anime NYC episode that's coming soon. We also got another big news. Kodansha USA licenses so many different things, and we're getting Hajime no Ippo Fighting Spirit manga, and I believe it's going to be printed in, am I bugging? It's going to be printed in English for the first time ever.
It's going to be the English omnibus. Yeah. So we're getting
3 volumes in one.
Yeah.
3 volumes in one, baby. The whole series.
We talked about Ippo last episode and kind of like the top 5 sports anime. LJ, kind of, what's the level of excitement for this besides you?
I don't know what's higher than a 10, but higher than a 10, I will be there. I will be there. I might go full reseller. I might cop so many omnibuses. I'm charging premiums. Listen, y'all want an omnibus? You gotta holler at me.
I feel you. So we have that to kind of look forward to. Actually, we've been to another panel. Shout out to Crunchyroll. They're celebrating 15 years of Crunchyroll news. Just shout out to like Kyle and Brianna and everybody there who's done a great job. They celebrated 15 years of Crunchyroll news. Shout out to it being like one of the news sources, but also managing 15 years within this very painful media industry to continue to be thriving and continue to do what you do. So shout out to Crunchyroll for 15 years and keep giving me stuff to write about. I'm gonna fast forward to today's news because of One Piece Day announcements. I'm gonna swing to you, AP, because this is just fresh off the. You woke up fresh off the wake up to One Piece news. Please talk to me about this double film thing right here. So we got the announcement of 2 films for One Piece. They are. Let me pull up the thing. One Piece film God Valley and One Piece film Is it Bad? Say Bad. 2 A's. Talk about it quick for a second. How do you feel about it? What do I have to look forward to? What's everything we need to know?
You woke me up with this news. I feel like I got 2 piece, bro. Like literally. Straight up.
Pretty good.
No, it's really good. We get the God Valley movie, man. Like it's kind of crazy. I was expecting this.
What's God
not
Valley?
Really.
I don't
God
know
Valley.
shit.
So God Valley is the flashback that we just got during Elbaf that tells like the hidden story between Roger, Blackbeard's father, and his crew, and who had Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido under him. And they're all searching for like the different treasures on there. I don't want to tell what the real story is, but it involves the government. It's it's kind of, think about Goldie Pond from The Promised Neverland. So it's kind of something like that.
It presents like memories of me not Goldie Pond animated, but yes.
Yeah. But it's a story told something like that.
Okay.
So it's a really good situation. It's a really good set piece for what could be a movie. So I'm happy if they're doing that as an entire movie in itself. Oh, you about to see some heat. You about to see some shit that you ain't never seen before. For bad, from what I understand, that it is the Somali word for "you are," which is a kind of a remix on the first theme from One Piece, "We Are." So I think it's supposed to fall into what Blackbeard is mostly going to be about. So I think it's going to be a Blackbeard movie. In short, it might be kind of crazy. I don't know. We might be some crazy stuff with Blackbeard because that's further down the line, and we haven't seen Blackbeard in a couple of years.
Right. That's interesting. Okay. All right. We got some stuff to look forward to. We got they announced additional members of the One Piece cast for the live action season 3. They announced the additions of cast members for Koza, Toto, Shaka, and Pell. Of course, this is for the Battle of Alabaster, which will be season 3 of the One Piece live action. So we have that to look forward to, which will probably, when is this? Third season will debut on Netflix in 2027. So that's pretty, I think that's pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? Like I expected like
that's definitely a quicker turnaround from season 1 to season 2 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they were like, I think they stepped up the game and then told them like, yo, don't book nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to these amazing actors, but they tell them don't book shit. You're going to be right back in South Africa next month. So make it happen. Is there any other bit of anime news or anything anybody else wants to talk about before we head into Yu Yu Hakusho? There are a ton of great activations to Anime NYC. Manga Million was huge in terms of like them wanting. We talked about it last week with the Shueisha manga service, really like getting in, but they had a huge ass, big ass activation, and then Chainsaw Man for some reason had an activation too. Very strange because it was not that great, but there's so much stuff over at Anime NYC. Oh, I wanted to talk about the cosplays. So the predominant cosplay, I guess, this year, and usually like we talk about the cosplays, and I'll talk about it more on the episode itself. Talk about the cosplays in terms of like what's popular. Heavily Demon Slayer again. Demon Slayer's back. I think the Infinity Castle movie really got people back on their like, let me dress up as a Inosuke and do some sit-ups while I'm at it. One Piece, forever and always. The various IPs of One Piece. I'm expecting someone to cosplay next year as a Lego One Piece, just for the off the strength of their 3D printer, possibly. Chainsaw Man, Gachi Akuda. Quite a bit of Gachi Akuda there. They're kind of I'm so on Gachi Akuda still, so it's an interesting.
It's trash. You said there was a lot of free rent too.
There was some free rent. I was very surprised, but not surprised. But a lot of free rent. What was the other one? They had another joint, but a bunch of great stuff. I think a lot more people decided to like pull up in cosplay this year instead of like regular clothes. They really like people like okay, I'm dressing up for this. And one thing about Anime NYC is that we've all, for the most part, I think besides AD, have been there. It is a godly amount. Well, let's make it happen. It's a godly amount of people. So much so, like I personally think, in my opinion, they oversell. I don't think there's supposed to be that many people in that convention at the same time. This is just my opinion. Like I know y'all need to make money, but also like there'll literally be like 75,000 people walking around at the same time, which is cool. But also like,
do you think it's bigger than? Do you think there's more people at Fanatics Fest or here?
Oh, there's like
in the same spot.
There are 2 times the amount of people here as the Fanatics Fest. I think Fanatics Fest and New York Comic Con, they don't release as much tickets as Anime NYC does for whatever reason. Like they kind of like, and I think it's a reason. I don't want to say like Anime NYC is like not safe, but it's one situation away from it being really, really bad, in my opinion. So I do think they should limit the amount of tickets that they actually sell at some point. But no, New York Comic Con and Fanatics Fest, you got place to move, you got place to roam. You see, if we recorded a whole vlog there, we were able to kind of like move it somewhat comfortably.
Yeah,
I tried recording a vlog at Anime NYC. I tried my best, but it's like, oh, excuse me, no, yeah. So I don't really like doing all that. So
I mean that thing, they semi tried to alleviate that by adding that extra day.
They did. Thursday's the day to go. If you don't want people,
I agree with you. I think it's just they probably make things still too available. Where it's like, okay, we're gonna have the extra day, but we're still gonna have the same amount of tickets available, which is like that doesn't offset the issue.
And that's the thing is that like you don't have more space to work with, right?
Yeah,
Javits is big, but how much of it all is happening in just a few different areas, right?
Right.
So I think that's where you really have to contend with is that you have a convention like a DreamCon where you go on 3 different floors and everybody's spaced out amongst several different rooms. Whereas at Javits, like you're going to have everybody mostly in the exhibit hall or right outside of it.
Yeah. I think one of the key things when I was telling Brill, who's there for the first time, I was just like, I don't think most people take in the full con experience. Like there are panels, there are arcades. There was a Scholastic thing for kids to get kids reading more manga and stuff like that. So there was that downstairs. There was Otani was a sponsor. Sorry to hear that, LJ. Otani was a sponsor for his unsweetened green tea. It was going ham sandwich with that. Man. We almost drank it for the content, but then I saw it was unsweetened green tea. I was like, yeah, I'm not growing up.
You thought of me and how heartbroken I would be if I saw you promoting Otani products on the network.
I just do it for the content. It's just content, baby. It's tight little say. So that but there's so many different like layers and all this other stuff. I do think it's an interesting tale. I mean, I'm gonna tell it on the thing, but I'll just give my complete unfiltered thoughts because I owe nobody anything this year.
Before we move, one last thing before we jump into it, shout out to MLB Players Weekend. MLB, hey, listen, shout out to the MLB players showing off the anime fandom. A lot of Pokemon stuff.
What's his name? Jordan Walker had the bat with the Akatsuki symbols on it.
Jordan Walker with the Naruto bat. There's a couple other players that really showed off some anime fandom. Shout out to my boy Cam Schlittler with the Star Wars stuff. Not anime, but
nerd stuff. Of the culture. You know what I'm saying?
So nerd fandom had a great weekend for MLB players this week. So,
and I feel like MLB's like the one league that has like fully embraced it, like embraced it, like it's all over. They'll take pictures, they kind of know what it is, etc., etc. You'll be able to like customize something and be able to wear it, whereas like a lot of other unless they start putting like one piece on the back of like football helmets, I can't see it in the NFL. But maybe as long as there's ad revenue, as long as there's space to put an ad, it's up for grabs in this like climate that there is. So I wouldn't be against it. I can see them deciding to put like shit on helmets.
They need a towel or something, like QB towel. Like,
they're gonna be like, we don't want them wiping their dirty ass sweat with our, ads. This is someone who works in marketing. They're like, nah, we don't want no sweat on our fucking product. Put it on their helmets so people see them. But so when they get CTE, So we'll see. Oh, a Nike, of course, the Nike One Piece collaboration has officially been announced as well. Shout out to that.
They've done such a great job too with that. Bruh, it's been amazing.
That installation was stuff that I wish I thought of. Like, but what was it? What's it called?
Polyglyph.
Polyglyph.
Yeah, the poneglyph. They built a giant poneglyph with Nike, and I was just like, that's amazing. But they just dropped pretty much the collaboration. I can send you the press release right now for everybody in the chat.
All the shoes look great too.
Yeah, that's rare, isn't it?
Designed after like the berries.
Yeah, but they're not like trash looking.
Yeah, like, exactly. It doesn't just look like, hey, it's a devil fruit and that's it, right?
Yeah. The one problem that I've always had with anime footwear is that it never looks wearable to the point where it's like it never feels like something I would genuinely put on and wear and enjoy and all this other stuff like that. But this, I mean, Nike has done their thing with this one. Even the t-shirt, even the merch is like,
the white t-shirt with the original Jolly Roger on there.
Yeah.
And that Luffy drew up is super fire. That vest is crazy.
Yeah, the vest and the hat.
Yeah, the vest and the hat are crazy.
Let me see. So beginning, it will be available in Tokyo September 4th. Shout out to Japan. And then with a global launch on the sneakers app, prepare for heartbreak on September 25th. So we have that to look forward to. But One Piece Nike collaboration officially announced. It all looks good. I would, if I got it for free, I would wear it.
I don't expect them to have my shoe size.
AD, they'll have a release in Decatur.
I don't expect them to have my shoe size.
19th, yes.
80, we got an 80. You don't expect them. I mean,
I wear a size 14, brother. That's
damn Bigfoot ass nigga, man.
I had to do it this my whole life, man. I be looking at these shoes. I'm like, that look nice to have.
You know who got big ass feet? Who be getting shoes? Cat. Karl Anthony Towns. I
ain't finna say it.
Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, yes, he's rich and has access. And all
they're gonna make sure he got the shoe.
Yeah. They're gonna build him an exclusive. They're gonna build him a shoe, or give him like a demo. But
shout out to the married man. Congratulations.
Yeah,
boy,
absolutely.
2 rings.
Shout out to Cat. 2 rings this summer, absolutely. Let's get it. Go ahead.
Before the biggest anime episode of the entire Big Three might have just dropped 20 years late.
Talk about it, please.
Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War episode 45 dropped. It's rated 10 out of 10 on IMDb with 13,000 plus ratings. Like, it's the highest rating episode ever of any show on IMDb right now.
The haters ain't show up yet, like they did with My Hero, where they decided to knock it down to 9.8, 9.7.
This is just different because, like, if you know about Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War in the manga, it was a very disappointing ending. We have an episode that's none of this was in the manga. Like, I watched this and was like, this is not what I read 10 years ago. Like, this is something completely different, but for the best possible ways, man. Like, we get an anime exclusive forms, anime exclusive battles, scenes that's on the level of like Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 that was never even hinted at in the manga. Like,
you don't have to worry about not spoiling it for me, if that makes sense. So if you want to say what exactly happened, because I'd be interested in what exactly happened.
Ichigo. So in the original fight with Yhwach, in the manga, Ichigo uses Bankai. In the next page, his Bankai is broken. Like, Yhwach breaks it from the future. All this stuff. In this fight, you actually get to see him use it, and it's a whole different form from what we saw in the manga too. It's him like holified plus with his Bankai, and Orihime gets like a battle power for the first time ever, and seemingly sacrifices herself facing off against Yhwach. I say seemingly because we know they have a kid together in the entire like post stuff. Like, the entire new arc that's set up is about that. So it's just a lot of interesting stuff, and the animation looks great, but that's neither here nor there. It's just hard to say with this episode. But at the same time, there was just so many like great events. Like, we get to see Rukia use her Bankai for the second time, something that doesn't happen in the manga. Like, it was character fulfillment, plus like, hey, if you were a fan of this manga when it wasn't even at its best, you're going to really love this now. Yeah, like first time ever where anime onlys and manga fans are both like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
I love to hear it. I love a good like breaking the internet ass episode. We need more of those.
It was that anime. It was that.
Let's jump into what we're here to talk about today. Concluding Summer at Kame House, concluding this amazing series that we've been on with a Chapter Black arc of Yu Yu Hakusho.
There is a new evil awaiting Yusuke. Sounds like fun. He must stop Sensui and his minions from opening the Dark Gate and destroying the world. I have to go save the world again. But are his friends an even larger threat? I'll take this one. Yu Yu Hakusho coming up next. Are you scared? He's gonna need a bigger gun.
What episode of Chapter Black you think would have broke the internet if it released today?
The death.
Yeah. Where else Ichigo?
Oh yeah,
where Yusuke hits where he gets his own death and rebirth moment.
Yeah, a little, you know.
Because I would say, honestly, if that had been shown on Toonami, we would talk about that more today. Like, I think a big problem with why Chapter Black doesn't get the praise that it deserves is because Toonami stopped at the Dark Tournament. And so the majority of its fan base at the time, like, unless you were also buying the Blu-rays or DVDs at the time, so many people didn't get to witness that until years after Yu Yu Hakusho was at its height here in the States.
I think that's also why people have so much high regard for Dark Tournament, because they just never got to experience what comes after.
Yeah. I mean, Dark Tournament.
I think the episode that would have broke the internet is when they introduced Seaman.
There you go. Seaman.
Today? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Seaman episode?
Yeah.
You know, gay lovers, everything over the thing on between. This arc has it all, some would say. It goes through a bunch of different phases. So I'll say this, my experience in Chapter Black. Of course, during the pandemic, like right fresh into the pandemic, right? Like as soon as it was like, yo, no one's going outside anymore, I said, okay, I'm about to binge Yu Yu Hakusho. And I did the Yu Yu hours on the timeline. I think this arc was the one where it's like I was following it, but then I could also see it like, okay, what's going on here? Like, I felt like in terms of Yu Yu Hakusho building up through the Spirit Detective saga, following that first season, and then even to the Dark Tournament, there was a clear trajectory on kind of what happens. And even in this arc, the trajectory continues, right? It's like a natural advancement. Like, oh my God, psychics. This old Spirit Detective has come back. He's got some issues to settle. You know, there's demons and kind of all that other stuff like that. Like, it's a natural progression of like the stakes continuing to raise as anime continues to do. Chapter Black at some point during this, it starts to lose a bit of the plot, and really kind of turn on itself. And Jay, I would love for you to kind of like expound upon like where does that moment where Tagashi, or how do you feel like that moment where Tagashi comes in and it's kind of like this arc really starts changing around, and like what was the reason for that?
Personally, I think a lot of that comes with how we see Yusuke as a character grow throughout this arc, and really right after this arc is where you get a lot of what explains what this arc was for, right? This arc seems like a tone shift for Togashi, where even he's starting to question, what can a shonen manga be? Right? We're starting to get a shift away from just, this is still about battle and about the escalating forces of, now there's a stronger demon, when we're breaking down concepts like, what if the hero themselves just cannot face the reality of what they're dealing with? And instead of putting Yusuke through that, you have a former character, prior to the series that we have that all spelled out through.
Absolutely.
I think Togashi really is spending this entire arc doing some deconstruction of how shonen battle manga works.
And also kind of like flipping it a little bit on its head, right? Essentially, like usually it's the humans trying to save the world from the demons, but now in this kind of arc, it's the idea that maybe humans are the ones that need to be kind of exterminated for the stuff that they do to these demons, especially on this Chapter Black tape. I would love to know, LJ and AD, what were your kind of like first experiences going through this arc when you first watched this for Yu Yu Hakusho?
I think for me, the first time I watched it, it was.
Did you watch on Toonami? Did you watch it on the internet? Like, how did
I watched it on the internet. I watched it on streaming. I think it was Hulu when it was on Hulu.
Yeah.
Since
Yu Yu Hakusho is
now only available on Crunchyroll now.
Interesting.
But I remember watching it for the first time and feeling like, kind of to Jay's point, is this a pretty heavy tone shift from the Dark Tournament to here, like story wise. You're kind of like, all right, Dark Tournament, and like you said, it feels like a shonen. It feels like, all right, I know kind of what's happening. You know, it feels very of the times. Chapter Black hits, and you're like, oh, they are digging into some deep, some deeper stuff with these characters. Like, you know, I think the overarching even theme of that entire arc is talking about when you look at Sensui and Yusuke, how they each have the thing that the other person needs. Like Yusuke's whole thing is, man, you keep rushing into battle, you keep just being a bonehead. Like you know, obviously he's matured, but it's like you keep kind of making these impulsive decisions, and you keep ending up like in these situations where you're either gonna die or you're losing a battle and all these things. You know, you look at Sensui, he's very calculated. You see that he's very thoughtful. Like even I think Kurama in the role that he plays in this arc, he gives that balance that, you know, you're seeing what Yusuke is missing. Look at Sensui though, it's like he's missing that piece of humanity that Yusuke has.
Yeah,
you know, and it's a kind of this difference where he has this strong sense of justice. He thinks that the world is this black and white. You're either bad or you're evil. All humans are evil. This is why we need to wipe them out. Where you look at Yusuke, who we would, in a sense, typically consider like, oh, this is a juvenile delinquent. This is someone who we considered bad. But if you look at all his actions, he's always done good by others and good for the other people. I mean, first episode, he dies saving another person. Like, it's dies saving a child. So, like, he has this sense of humanity to him that Sensui doesn't have. So, it's like he
got a code he lives by, for sure.
Yeah, the code that he lives by and all that. So, with this, I think there was a lot more internal contrast between the characters and just in the story in general that you really didn't get in the Dark Tournament. I feel the Dark Tournament was, which once again, amazing arc, amazing everything. But this one, I felt definitely dug a little deeper emotionally for the characters.
Absolutely. I think my favorite, unironically, my favorite episode of the Dark Tournament arc is the last one where there's no fighting. And it's just Genkai and Toguro kind of like on that bridge, reminiscing, and it's like, damn, girl, I had to do it to them, and just kind of explaining that. And I think we get various episodes like that through this arc. I mean, we really get moments where we talk about kind of like the trope of, especially in Demon Slayer, that trope of like tragic backstory leads to, it usually happens after death. In Demon Slayer, they'll die in Demon Slayer, and then you get like a 30-minute monologue of like how the kid and who beat them up and how they got turned into a demon. Whereas this definitely leans into very heavily into the story of the villain and kind of like humanizes them in a way, which is, I feel like it's interesting. I feel like in today's society, one could probably say that's dangerous. humanizing people who have definitely wronged people or have some sort of mass destruction and don't really feel that way. But then also kind of in anime, it's like it feels like part of the trope. What are your thoughts, AD?
This is the thing about this arc that makes it so good and different from what happened previously, because when we initially set out to this journey, we find Yusuke like, he's the delinquent. He really doesn't trust anybody. He really doesn't fuck with anybody. Kuwabara has to break down that first barrier of, understanding people and saying this person I can really trust. I can really understand. We're both humans. We go to the same school. We do this, that. And it took going through the Maze Castle stuff early on, all the way through Dark Tournament, and having to trust Hiei and Kurama with certain stuff. I think he trusted Kurama a little bit more because he's kind of half human, half demon. Mm-hmm. And he's I see him as this is the first step of not all demons are bad type of deal, And then going through Dark Tournament, there's a point where I think Kurama probably says either Kurama or Genkai, somebody says it for the first time, where maybe it's his girl, but they're this is the first time where he's looked happy. This is the place he just seems like he belongs here. And it's just throwing hands, fighting. He has to deal with so much shit at school. He has to deal with the teachers harassing him. His mom is a bum for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And This is the first time where he could just be free and throw hands. And you get Toguro throws away his humanity, but still has a little bit of it left to push him over the edge and say, yo, I will kill these people if you don't fight me at your best. It's kind of like Cell Saga stuff. You know what I'm saying? He had to pull it out of him, even though it was a fake out. And then we get to Chapter Black, where now instead of facing all straight demons, now you're facing humans. What are you going to do when you actually have to come up and try to kill a human? You know what I'm saying? And he has to deal with that humanity and understanding yo, I'm still human, but now I know I also don't have to do this entire fight and journey alone. Towards the end, he understands that he kind of understands it in the beginning, but it had to take them going through that psychic part with Genkai testing them, and shout out to Genkai too.
I was just about to bring it up, but go ahead. Yeah, shout out to Genkai.
Yeah, but just having it, just testing him, and this is where you can kind of see Yu Yu Hakusho's influence on JJK, where they talk about territories and domains and stuff like that.
Hold on to that. I got a whole section on that.
Okay, my bad. But just the way that they give the explanation and just a feeling of showing Yusuke that he has to trust other people, and he went through these fights literally through hell and back with these people. So now he knows that he could trust them with his life. So when it comes to the end of the whole arc and he does sacrifice himself, it's
except
it's a full circle.
Fuck y'all. I hate y'all actually. I actually hate y'all niggas. I'm out of here.
Yeah, for the second time, I'll leave y'all.
Yeah. Y'all whack actually. Let's go through it a little bit. Let's quickly kind of go through it. The first 3 episodes is fake kidnapping, essentially. Sorry to blow the plot for everyone. I thought it was very strange in terms of the kidnapping itself. I was like, oh, the arc is getting and it's a game. It's a mental game. So these 3 high school kids, Kido, Kaido, and Yanagisawa, confront Yusuke. And normally in, I guess, this situation, Yusuke would beat their ass, but they have psychic powers, which is something that he didn't, take in a thing. So he ends up getting paralyzed and kidnapped. Kuwabara recruits Hiei and Kurama to go to this mansion, and they try to essentially confront these 3 psychics in order to get Yusuke back. It does this entire, I guess it sets the stage. It does a great thing in terms of setting the stage of these are kind of what they have to go up against. These psychics, it's a little bit different. It's not always going to be fighting. It's going to be using mental abilities because they're psychic. They're psychic types, weak to bug, weak to dark, et cetera, et cetera. But they have this whole thing. Really, Kurama shines in this. I mean, obviously,
low-key MVP.
Yeah, the aura is out of control at this point. It's just
he's low-key the MVP of this entire arc.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I digress.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Yoko. But then Genkai reveals it was a trick. I love Frieza. It was a trick, you simpletons. You just need to be able to, understand that there are different ways that you can be captured, and there's different ways that you can get the jump on you. So you always got to be aware, and you always got to continue training and becoming better.
It's so funny because Yusuke is like, man, if I was Batman with prep time, I could take them all out.
Of course.
It was like, man, you give me a little bit of time, I would have had this all figured out by now. Yeah. You guys just threw me in the fire. I couldn't think on my toes quick enough.
Absolutely. So we then get the proper explanation of like what's going on here. And I love when animes decide to sit down and say, this is what's about to happen. Or at least this is the threat. I love it explaining this is the threat instead of me trying to figure it out through various tropes and etc. Koenma sits down and explains the situation and is like, there's a nigga trying to create a tunnel from Demon World. He's going to let all these demons out. If he creates this tunnel successfully, it's the end of the world. Currently, right now, B-class demons are getting through, but B-class demons are still enough to fuck some shit up. And also, there's a lot of like flies and bees and shit around there. But we need to start figuring out who is this person.
Shout out to Kie for throwing a complete temper tantrum during this. He said, "I'm only a B rank." Ooh,
what?
He was ready to go off, man. He was literally ready to kill over that shit.
Flies off like Vegeta
man.
and
he
shit.
Felt disrespected.
Yeah, come on, B rank. I mean, it's like sometimes you can get up to a B rank. And he's like, all right, bro, get me out of here. I just want dark tournament. Like, fuck out of here. So they start investigating all these psychics. They come across a psychic who can read people's minds and likes to fuck around with people. They fuck him up, get some information out of him. And then we get to
one of my favorite parts. The straight right hand. Straight right jab.
To the psychic or where we're going to talk about the doctor?
Both. The psychic where he's just like, hey, I'm a straight right jab. Like
just keep repeating it in his head, like
just like block it if you can.
We eventually go down to the hospital. It's doctor. I love this part specifically. I love this part because of the amount of intrigue that I feel like is built in this one. It becomes, it's like, we have to find a villain. We don't know who it is. They're in this hospital, but they're also incredibly dangerous. People are getting like washed, right? Like people are getting like completely. It's like those like first 10 episodes of the Baby Saga. It's like, who's baby, nigga? It could be anybody. But he's killing niggas, and we don't know who he is. But Vegeta's really Aggie today. I don't know. Maybe it's him. I don't know.
This nigga going around spreading West Nile virus to niggas, bro. Like,
just off the strength of like being the villain. A doctor that's a villain is maybe the most villain of all villains. You're there to help people.
You got too much power.
Yeah.
I got people's lives in my hand.
For the
you
game.
Can play God.
Yeah. You're fucked up. Anyway, this dude's fucking nuts. So he's infected the hospital. He's building essentially this territory, which is kind of like their psychic powers. Like, it's this really well animated, choreographed fight between the Doctor and Yusuke. One that made me definitely on my first watch. I was like, oh, it's got to be peak Yu right here. This has got to be it. This has got to be the shit everyone's talking about.
You can tell the budget went up.
Yeah, but it's just so much different things. Like, any thoughts on this fight before we move on? I think this is a fight worth talking about for sure.
This fight was so well choreographed and drawn. Like, this is one of those like anime aesthetic page clip fights where you're just
big on Tumblr. This is a big Tumblr fight.
It's definitely a Tumblr all-star right here.
Mm-hmm. Find the gifts, find the videos, something like that. But it's amazing. I think it's like it kind of feels like ahead of its time in a sense. I mean, especially when you look at all the kind of like animation now and how fluid it is and the choreography it definitely like borrows a lot from this anime that comes out. It's been like, how long has this been?
It's like 30 years at this point.
Yeah,
30 years?
Yeah. This is 32 years ago. And I'm gonna be honest about one thing. Honest. Sorry. So one thing that I noticed in this fight is the standard for Pierrot as we know them as an anime studio today kind of starts here. Like you can see animation in this fight that's reminiscent to like the tuning exams in Naruto, just like 5 years later. Like it's this, a lot of that has to do with the fact that Naruto does have the same animation director that they use for Naruto. I'm sorry, Yu Yu Hakusho has the same director for Naruto and Bleach in later years, Noriyuki Abe. But it's just something where like you said, you start to see like the standard of what we accept as modern shonen battle animation here, like in its inception.
It's very reminiscent of some of the fight scenes that you will get in like a Cowboy Bebop, like that hospital fight scene. Like that's how it feels fluidity wise.
Absolutely. So even the doctor's messed up, but they managed it off the doctor. Shout out to him. He was a real jerk.
And he's also like the first person that like challenged Yusuke's ideals in this moment too. Like,
absolutely,
you willing to kill a human?
Yusuke is very like simple. In terms of like, I think not simple in terms of mind. I don't want to put it as that because it's a lack of maturity, right? Like he's still ultimately a teenager, and I think of probably teenagers who, if you present that situation to them, or at least present that thought of thinking, might be like, "Fuck you talking about, motherfucker? Look, I'll kill you right now, nigga." You know what I'm saying? It's like talking to Rakai. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? You know? But we'll see kind of that throughout this. We're also introduced. I mean, we're proper kind of like introduced to Sensui, the basic fit king. You know what I'm saying? It's from the basic section. It's all black. He's got great shoulders. He's got the little the Michael Jackson curl. A little curl. You know what I'm saying? Just a great. Let's talk about Sensui for a second. You talked about him extensively on your pod, Jay. In an episode that we kind of talked about, we kind of went through all the villains a number of years ago. Did anything on this rewatch kind of like spark anything different for you? And I would also like to know from the other you guys, kind of like, what are your thoughts on Sensui as a villain of this arc, I guess.
Oh man, I actually do have a little bit more to go into about Sensui. Sensui is a character that would do great in today's shonen landscape as well, because we've seen a modern Sensui already in JJK0 with Suguru Geto. I look at this arc and I see Gege Akutami was a big fan. Big fan.
Right.
And beyond just the domains, territories aspect, the simple things like that, right? You have a character that is established as, hey, like it's been my job to protect humanity from these demons, but has anybody ever considered that humanity needs to be protected from humanity? And Sensui, great progenitor of that sort of great character, but you see that very, similarly in how Suguru Geto deals with everything throughout the hidden inventory premature death arc, right?
Yeah,
you see him go through a lot of the same character growth. And I just think that sort of character archetype is something that you need to have. You can't like overuse a character like that. But you do need to have that within the genre as a whole every now and again to sort of shake the
challenge the typical norms, at least of how I'm thinking. Everything is always so very like linear and very direct in terms of like, it's good, it's bad, it's black and white, it's evil things, but he challenges kind of like what
the status quo.
Yeah, the status quo and what characters have thought thus far, even to the point of like Koenma's, like, you know, his line of thinking, or at least what his mission is, and etc. like that. Like he believes like, oh, Sensui is evil ultimately at the end of the day, but is he really? I mean, I don't think any of the characters tend to like shake or like feel like. I don't think he is like. This nigga might have a point. I don't think any of the main characters actually do that, which might be.
And I think that mainly has to do with the fact that Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't focus so much on power structures as a whole, right? We know that the spirit, that's the spirit world has always ran itself the way it has, but it doesn't really seem as though what happened to Sensui really changed how they went about going about spirit detectives. It just seems like Koenma was kind of like, maybe I might care about this next guy a little bit more, right?
Right.
In an anime that happens today, you then would get something where it's like, no, like we got to kind of challenge how the entire structure of how spirit detectives are considered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
they gotta unionize.
Yeah, like these sorts of like topics, maybe Togashi just didn't get the chance to get to, right? Because now he's already working on the next plot line. We'll never know, but I definitely see where it's like, no, like there's a lot more sizzle to this steak if you really look at this entire arc. And absolutely. I think that adds to the whole series as a whole.
I think what you're touching on though too is like something I sensed rewatching this is that I feel there is a lot of themes and a lot of things that Togashi really wanted to dig deeper on that he just really did not get a chance to, due to whatever, multiple reasons, especially I think health as being the biggest one. But no, I do agree that I think essentially he's just like, he's the prototype of this type of villain. And because you can't, I mean, yes, he's the big bad, he's the villain, but I think his ideology is what he thinks and all these. He's really put there to really challenge the main characters' like whole frame of thought of like, what are you even really doing this for? Are you looking at the whole picture? Are you like, what is going on? And it does humanize Yusuke like immensely, because you start to see, and he even talks about just kind of like, hey man, like I would be considered a bad person. If you look at the things that I have done in life, the ways that I have lived, I would be considered a bad person. But look at also all the good that I have done, even though that I would be, listen, I get street fights. I don't be home, at curfew time. I'll be out kicking in the streets with my homies all day. But also at the same time, like I got
a girl. I don't love her, but I kind of do.
You be moving.
Yeah, he's dealing with a normal 15-year-old life.
Yeah. And it just you see that, and then you're kind of once again in the same hand. I will lay my life down, literally give my life up to save another human being if I see them in trouble.
Okay. Yeah, and it's kind of in like the theme song, right? Where it's like, I don't know this person, but like we go through the same things, and I will absolutely like do what I can to make sure that you're okay, kind of deal. Where it starts to question you said black and white, but we all know there's a gray area in a lot of things, and it challenges the perspective and ideals of what you really believe in, whether it's good or bad. What does that mean?
Gonna continue to speed run through these other psychics. They defeat the doctor. They're of course introduced to the iconic Seaman. His power is connected to water. He goes up against Kurobar. Kurobar gets his moment. He's like, I'm the main character this time. Like he gets to do that. His sword evolves. It's no longer just a spirit sword. It's a dimension sword. Yeah. Niggas is like, oh, I need that. I need.
Word to Sakuna.
Right. That would make my job so much easier. Sensui would do, and then he'd like he'd like move his
wipe his bang.
Yeah, he was like, that would make my job so much easier.
The craziest part is like this comes up later, but like this nigga had the little Apple device on him where he was getting tracked by Sensui, bro.
Yeah. Little Apple
the AirTag on him.
Yeah, the AirTag.
I was just like, he's like, how did they find me? Might go through that
detective AirTags, man.
Right. Sensui, like they're like reconnaissance in that room And then Sensui's just watching him from outside the window, and they're like, "Oh, look, that's Sensui. That's kind of crazy. Why is he there menacingly with like the slightly effeminate version of Yusuke? Who's that guy?" And then, of course, they start like blowing shit up. Fucking Botan gets knocked over by a bookshelf. I was like, "Damn, girl, you're supposed to be all natural. You're not supposed to go out like this to a bookshelf." Come on now.
It's looking bleak for everybody right now.
Yeah, it's looking crazy.
Hey, you know what, man? It's the 90s. That was real wood.
That was sturdy than a bitch.
Yeah, that was a heavy bookshelf. That was it.
And them books is there. The entire fucking
IKEA bookshelves.
Yeah, that was real mahogany, nigga. Like
you had the encyclopedia volume. Like
yeah.
She had A through Z. She got hit by everything, baby.
She had the world book deals that, you know what I'm saying? Grandma used to get every year type shit. She had the 89 through 93 collection.
Big almanac on her brain. Let's see. So they run off, and of course Yusuke runs after them. How do you run against someone who's in a moving vehicle? I mean, he
got a bike, baby.
Where there's a will, there is a way.
Yeah, he commandeers a bike and then gets blown off the bike. I was like, he should be dead. Just the way his body hit the pavement and how it thing. So now he goes up again.
Have you ever bombed a hill in a bike and fell off?
No, please explain.
Like
scrapes, cuts, nigga.
So
skin missing.
Yeah.
I know, right? Oh my god, that road,
yeah.
It just that sting.
I need a sensu beam, baby. Where's Dende at? Come on.
Tears into your brain.
Absolutely.
Now, that nigga said
the scar on your knee forever.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I forgot at what point he said this, but he was getting some alcohol poured on him. He was like, "Damn, anymore, I'm gonna need a DD." Like,
it's crazy. Seaman becomes part of the team because they save him, but they don't. Seaman's like, "Oh my god, what am I doing?" So he becomes like part of the team who kind of goes through it. Kuwabara is kidnapped. This is what the training was for, ladies and gentlemen. For if one of y'all is kidnapped, Kuwabara ends up the nigga who's kidnapped. Yusuke goes up against Sniper. He goes running through an entire forest where he's got trucks going after him. He's got knives. All of his life is in danger until Hiei shows up. He comes in very, very Piccolo-esque. Aura first, pain later. He shows up. He helps Yusuke kind of like, defeat Sniper. Then they go at it because Hiei is on some different shit. I'm like, bro, Hiei, relax. Like, come on, relax.
Nah, Hiei got a point though. Hiei was like, "Hey man, like you're bugging. I need you to chill." But he also understands that the only way that Yusuke can talk is with hands. Like he just understands that, "Hey, bro, like I just gotta fight this thing, man. Like that's the only way you're gonna listen to me if I just fight him."
We got Game Master, which is another one. They get to the cave to order kind of like to see where the tunnel's created. They come across the Game Master, which is this young kid who turns video games into reality. They defeat him by essentially warping his world and saying, like, if you lose, you're gonna die, right? And he's like, "I don't want to die." Martin, I didn't want to go to Arizona. And he ends up losing and then dying. And Kurama's like, "Damn, it's just a kid."
Nah. We gotta talk about this one because
that was my favorite ending quote going into the next episode.
But like the whole time leading in, he's like, "Fuck them kids."
Yeah, man. Come on, man. It's games, baby. Come on, man. Fuck them kids. Wait a minute now. I'm bust this nigga ass. Give me a second.
Where the Yugi, nigga? Like,
yeah, this ain't Yu-Gi-Oh.
Everyone hopped on the sticks and started going stupid.
Yeah,
it's like that Chappelle Show skit where it's Dave Chappelle. He's playing with a little kid that's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like on his deathbed. He's
oh yeah, that would have been Dave Chappelle.
Oh, I do remember this.
He's like, "Pick up the sticks." The little kids are on his deathbed and dying and shit. He's like, "I could be having fun if you weren't beating me in this game." Oh yeah,
what a pull. That's a memory that was like deep back there. So Kurama, who can be ruthless, but in this he's also shown compassion. So shout out to the demon who's shown compassion. We get Kurama versus Toguro. They go against, technically it's Gourmet, but then they realize, nah, it's Toguro's still alive, nigga, and I've been taking over his body.
Nasty ass nigga, man. Absolutely. Like he literally. The crazy part is like Gourmet's power as a grown man.
Yeah,
like kind of wild. Like what you mean? You just eating?
You gotta eat another man?
Yeah.
Gourmet's kind of a.
And then it's like you ate the wrong nigga. Because you ate a nigga that took over you from the inside. That's crazy.
That's a crazy sentence. I don't think that sentence has ever been spoken on this show.
He ate the wrong nigga.
Yeah. It's never been. This is the first.
I'm keeping on play, brother.
Yeah, keep it on play. Kurama defeats him using what's that old grass type move that Bulbasaur used to do?
Leech seed.
Leech seed. Yeah.
Hit him with the leech seed. Niggas hate leech seed. I promise you that. Hit him with the leech seed.
Eternal leech seed.
Yeah. It's
drain the life at the wrong moment every single time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me get to Yusuke versus Sensui, and this is the long stretch battle where things go up, down, left, right. This is the part where they low-key kind of lose me. They lost me kind of in the beginning of the preamble to actually get to this point, but they get there. They're outside the cave. Koenma's also showing up. At some point he tells Botan, like, yo, if there's an earthquake, go run to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about to do some shit. So Yusuke reaches Sensui and he has to fight him alone, and he goes up against him, and they talking about everything in terms of what's naturally there. We learn that Sensui, the 7 psychics, are not even like the real 7 niggas. The 7 niggas was inside of him the entire time.
Another sentence that likely has never been uttered on the lookout.
Never has been there.
I got side of him.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like, go ahead.
One of the niggas is a lady.
Yeah, one of them, and someone's attracted to him. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Is it Isuki?
Yeah.
On the sidelines, like, he's got 7 personalities, but that one I think is the sexiest of them all.
If I remember you asked me a question, and I was like, "Nah, it stays like this, bro." Like,
I
looked at him in their eyes.
I was like, "Is this as gay in the manga?" He's like, "Yeah, it's as gay as it gets in the manga. It's just they taking it there." And I was like, you know what? Respect them. This is 1993, 1994. Do what you got to do.
Progressive.
Yeah. Love is love. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the ending of this would make the ending so fucking wild. I hate the ending of this fucking arc. So they're fighting. He's obviously got some transformations and some forms built up in him. He's got sacred energy. He's using it to, beat the shit out of people. He's outmatching.
He got a machine gun planted in his arm.
That's what I'm saying, man. We got a blower in his arm.
This is a crazy nigga, man.
They lock the other people in another dimension so they can't interfere.
One of the funniest things about this is Sensui is like, I'm gonna explain to you 3 reasons why I'm gonna win this fight. And he tries to go into him, and then Yusuke gets the upper hand. He's like, I got reasons why I'm gonna beat you. Number 1, I'm better than you. Number 2, I look better than you. Number 3, I get bitches. Like, he just starts going crazy.
He was fucking him up. He was putting the 1-2. He was like, all right, chill, like, relax. I'm a psychic, but not a fighter. Anyway, they managed to break through the dimensional barrier to get. I'm assuming to get away from Itsuki. Because Kuwabara said some wild shit in there. He was like, "Get me away from this monster." Some shit like that. It's like, this is crazy. I don't want to hear this shit. Pause, my nigga.
He was. Hey, man, listen. He was gonna start calling them fuckers that we ain't ever heard before.
Yeah,
I was in that dimension for like 3 seconds longer.
This is wild. This is crazy.
These niggas wildin'.
Yeah. So
You
the
know
rush for
what's
you.
funny? After you sent that text of Kuwabara sounding more and more like Vegeta as it goes on, that's all I kept hearing.
I said, like, yeah, it's definitely like Vegeta during the Boo saga, trapped inside Boo.
Oh yeah,
it's what's that line where he doesn't trapped inside Boo? That line, everyone.
No, it reminded me of the clip.
Is it jumping? He said something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh God,
it's some goofy shit.
Yeah, some goofy shit. Go ahead, AD.
And I was saying, it reminds me of that clip that we put out earlier of the Vegeta's confessions. He's like, you were unraveling me from the inside out.
Unraveling me from the inside out.
Yeah, you could tell that the voice actors at Funimation in 03 were just locked in the studio. They didn't leave to do shit else,
from session to session, from session to session.
Yeah.
Anyway, as they get free, Yusuke, Sensui lands a fatal blow on Yusuke, and Yusuke dies. And Kuwabara's, if he could turn Super Saiyan, I guess he would have. So Sensui, I think Kuwabara uses the dimension sword to break the barrier through the human world and the demon world, and then they pursue them through this is what kind of lost me. When they going through the tunnel and shit and like flying in the air, I'm like, all right, we losing the plot here. What's going on? It was the doctor before, and now we're like interdimensional space
dimensions and shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh nah, you losing me here. The spirit world sends the what's the force called?
Spirit Defense Force, I think, or something like that.
Defense Force sends them niggas in there and says, like, listen, we got jurisdiction over here. Because even they rough up Koenma. I'm like, yo, you're not supposed to be roughing up the nigga's son like that. Like, just get him out of here. But you know what I'm saying? But he was like, we have jurisdiction, sir. Yusuke is
not the spirit dimension police. I was like, hey, hold on. This got the beating civilians and everything. I was like,
Spirit Ice.
What's going on here?
King Yama was like, we should have never let this nigga be in control of this shit and his teenage friends. Anyway, Yusuke eventually comes back to life. I mean, there's a whole sequence where
this shit I hate the most.
I hate it. It's right up there because we learned that Yusuke is not fully human. He descended from an extremely powerful demon named Ryzen. I was like, oh, brother. Oh, brother. Thoughts on Yusuke being revealed as a demon in this series? And it kind of, I hate reveals like this just because it kind of makes, it's interesting, right? Because Dragon Ball Z does it. You're an alien. And it kind of changes the series on its head, but it gives it a different perspective. It's like, whoa, okay. All right, this is starting to make sense. This one kind of comes out of nowhere, but AD, what are your thoughts?
I was going to say the same thing because at least with that, we know Goku is a monkey boy. He got the tail from the beginning, and it's like there's nobody else in the world that really looks like Goku. But so there's signs. With this, they're like, no, it's the atavism. It's a recessive gene that traces back to his ancestors before they made it over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, at no point in the story did this ever come up from the very beginning.
He don't even look mixed.
Like, he get the tribal tattoos and everything towards the end, bro. I'm like, hold up, whoa, all right.
All of a sudden, he's Samoan now.
Yeah.
This ruined it for me. So anyway,
he's an octa. Never mind.
No. He uses his special powers and he overwhelms Sensui and he completely demolishes him. And Sensui is like, this is not the same nigga I was fighting before. And Yusuke defeats him. But then again, the kicker. This is what gets me. We learned that Sensui was dying anyway. The nigga had cancer. I was like, oh, brother. What in the Tyler Perry is this, bro? What the fuck? Takashi.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for this nigga now?
Yeah. Oh, he actually had cancer.
Here's the craziest thing, too. Like, they said that this was going to take 2 weeks to open the barrier. You're telling me like this is why it was going to take 2? He was just going to let the barrier get open and then just die die.
It was like, oops.
He was skipping chemo treatments and everything to make this happen. That's the wild part.
He had
a doctor on his squad.
Yeah.
I feel this was just a mismanagement of resources.
His plan wasn't about destroying humanity. He just wanted to see Demon World.
He wanted to see the whole system burn, man.
I want to die.
Disneyland.
I know. I want to die here. I need to be closer to my people.
When I die, bury me inside the demon stove, and that was it, man. Like, you know.
Well, when he died, his man took his body. It was just, caressing him, all types of other stuff like that. I didn't even want to. Kurobara was like, ew. So he dies, and then that's kind of like the end of that. But they have episode 94, which is like they go back to the human world. They're starting to get accustomed back to life. The psychics essentially try to go back to being regular people, but Yusuke is like, man, this
I had a nigga inside me, and it was a different experience.
When I got this 24 and me, I feel like I need to get closer to my roots. You know what I'm saying? What is being a demon?
Back to Africa, you went demon Marcus Garvey on niggas.
Oh yeah,
like I need to go back to the motherland.
Absolutely. So then
EA was like, "That's what's up, nigga. Like you one of us,
right?
Word?
So
you can say
I
it.
know I always fuck with you."
So now
I
he's
could
no
tell when I
longer
threw hands with you. You was one of us.
You was one of them niggas, man.
he's no longer a spirit detective. He's Ryzen, demon of blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh brother. Anyway, this leads to the Three Kings arc, which we'll probably never get to on this show because I hate the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho. Tagashi, you kind of did your big one and then you didn't.
I mean, once again, the health got to him. Like
maybe he was at one point. Did he start like thinking of Hunter x Hunter? And I was like, you know what? I got a better idea.
I think some of the ideas
is here.
Yeah, are here.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. He was probably exhausted. I think he cared about this arc, but also it was like from stuff I was reading, like this was supposed to be. He wanted it to be ending around the time that this Chapter Black ended in terms of serialization for Shonen Jump, and then it went on like another 6 months. So possibly to continue to tell this story in an interesting way. But as we know, Tagashi's history is like he's not finishing stories just as great. But again, I love the comparisons to JJK. This is heavily compared to JJK. There's so much here that's borrowed from that. In terms of like, Sensui and Geto and the hidden truths.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go on. There's an ice cream truck outside my window.
Okay, cool. So the layers go deep, man. I did some research into this. The term territories, right, has the same kanji as ryoiki, the word that's used for domains in JJK. So like this is literally like the same concept, just Gege Akutami expands upon it around 20 years later. There's a character that's introduced like the episode right after this named Kuroko Sato. She's a former spirit detective that Yusuke winds up meeting up with, and he sort of like asks her like, okay, so like what was your experience? Because she was the spirit detective before Sensui, and she really kind of like enlightens him on the whole, like, like I was able to go on and have a normal life after this. And I feel like that, even though we don't get a lot of focus on that character, that kind of establishes some of the ideas of how Hunter x Hunter plays out years later. Even interestingly enough, the character Kuroko Sato is mentioned directly by name in JJK. There's an episode where right before the Shibuya incident, Nobara meets up with the old friend of Yuji's, a friend from when they were little kids. And she's like, oh, like she notices like, oh, like when she was young, she had she was like kind of like bigger, and then she had like grown to be beautiful. And at one point, Nobara straight up says, "Oh, she's like a real life Kuroko Sato," like directly referring to the character from that arc. So it's just like certain things where like I feel like that arc has its layers all throughout JJK. Like you cannot get that manga without some of the groundwork that was laid decades
like
earlier.
When you think about like Seaman and his his backstory reminds me of Junpei from JJK, you know, how he deals about like stuff like that, and just the transition from dealing with what you think are straight curses to now these are humans that have this power, and what are you going to do when you have to come up against a human? Are you going to kill them? How are you going to go about it? And, you know, you see that kind of ordeal between Yusuke and Yuji.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So before we go, I want to play a game. We played this the last time we was here, Jay. I don't know if you remember, but you can also play if you want to.
I'm going to.
It's called Hunter x Hunter or Yu Yu Hakusho. Pick one in terms of like go through questions and kind of really decide like which one did it better. All right. So this one's going to be maybe the hardest one. Opening theme song, Hunter x Hunter or Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Hakusho.
There's a reason there's no skip button in Crunchyroll for that theme song, bro.
I know we're going this. Hunter x Hunter's opening theme is very good.
It's good. It's
really good. There's some different versions of it too. Like
it's crazy.
But Yu Yu Hakusho's is so good. They're like, nah, we gotta sing this in Japanese and English, nigga.
And English.
They're like, we need a bar. I need y'all to hear what the person is saying.
Fair enough.
Bring back the English dub themes, bro. By the way,
yeah, bring that back. Let's see, who has the better supporting cast? So other than the main character, other than Yusuke and Gon, like the better supporting cast, Hiei, Kurama, Kuwabara, or damn, I haven't done Hunter x Hunter in a minute.
Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio.
Yeah.
I would say
to Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
He is one of my favorite characters of all time, but
he kind of dropped the ball this arc, low key.
Yeah.
This was really Kurama and
Hunter x Hunter for the simple fact I'm thinking ahead and I'm thinking of Kurapika and what he does after and everything, and that's just too tough.
Kurapika's story is just so much more layered than any other side character.
Yeah. Which, if you could have powers of one of the show, which one would you prefer?
Yu Yu Hakusho, because at least I know how it works.
Hunter x Hunter, because I'm gonna learn.
Yeah, I bet Hunter x Hunter for sure.
What kind of nen would you guys have? You Hunter x Hunter? Would you be what was it called?
Conjurer, emitter, manipulator, specialist. I forget
shout
the other
two.
Knowing
these, yeah. Shout out to you even remembering that. We haven't done Hunter x Hunter in so long. We might have to.
I've been reading the new chapters. I've been loving it.
Yes, of course, and they are quite a bit to read. I'll skip that. But you can definitely hold in the back of your brain. Yeah. Which series has the better fights? Hunter x Hunter.
That's hard for me to say because I haven't experienced all of Hunter x Hunter yet.
Better fights. Hunter x Hunter. I think there's more overall fights in Hunter x Hunter than there is in Yu Yu Hakusho.
I want to say Hunter x Hunter, but like thematically with like how much Yusuke really be having to deal with, and it just boils down to I'm gonna beat your ass. I kind of want to say Yu Yu Hakusho, like just for that reason. But I'm gonna go Hunter x Hunter. I think they're more layered.
I might have to change my answer. I might say Yu Yu.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's like you got Yusuke dealing with a whole bunch of shit. Kurabara, you know I'm a man. You're a Mishi tagging in.
What's the best fight in each of these series?
The best fight?
The best fight in Yu Yu Hakusho is a
Totoro
Yusuke
versus Yu Yu Hakusho or Yusuke.
Yusuke.
Yeah.
And the best fight in Hunter x Hunter is
I can name at least 3 that I would say top 3, and it's Crollo versus Hisoka, Meruem versus Netero, and then Kurapika versus Uvogen. Those are like top 3.
You name 3 from 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I go Hunter with it. I'll go Hunter because you didn't even add damn near the whole the spiders versus everybody.
Yeah. And the tournament arc as well. There was a great conversation.
Like, I like Yusuke and Jin. I like Kurabara. You know what I'm saying?
We might have to go Hunter x Hunter at some point. We might not have to wait till next summer either.
Hunter for sure. Better fights.
Let's see. Who has the better would you go with in terms of like which team would you trust more, Yusuke and Kurabara or Gon and Killua? Who would you trust more to like get the job done?
Gon and Killua.
Yeah.
Because Yusuke is gonna get most of the work done, and like Kurabara might do a couple of like clutch.
He's too shaggy Scooby-Doo for me.
Yeah.
Like Gon is an airhead, but he's powerful enough where you're like, okay, he can handle it. And then Killua is, he's a trained assassin, so
he at least has the brain cells to make up for what Gon doesn't have.
Yeah.
This is gonna be very easy. Better final episode.
Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
I deal with Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yu Yu Hakusho because it has a concluded ending.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got one.
Okay.
Better green outfit. Yusuke or Gon?
Yusuke only because I can still rock it as an adult.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the fuck. Actually don't know what the fuck as Gon is on right now. I'm gonna ask. All right, Chimera Ant Arc or Chapter Black?
Chapter Black.
I'm gonna say Chimera. I just don't like the way that Chapter Black ends. Everything else is great.
I don't like the way Chimera Ant Arc ends either.
I don't like how long in the tooth Chimera Ant Arc gets sometimes.
Yeah, no, I hear you. York New or Dark Tournament?
York New. That's tough, but
I haven't seen it. I can't.
York New is.
I'm sorry. My loyalty to York New is
so good. It got 2 versions.
Oh yeah. That's true. The 99 version and the 2011 one.
And then I will do, I'll leave it there. If there's a world, so obviously we've seen a lot of great, I think what the anime industry is slowly incorporating now is like revisiting IP.
Yeah.
In interesting ways, whether that's remakes, whether it's additions on, we're seeing it with Bleach. We'll see it with a lot of different other stuff probably come up in the future. Dragon Ball will always continue to get amazing stuff. Would you rather see a remake of Yu Yu Hakusho, or would you rather them an original story of Yu Yu Hakusho in an anime form, an episodic?
I'd rather they finish Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah. My thing is this, and I've had this conversation actually not too long ago with a friend about there is a certain magic that 90s anime has that remaking it takes away. Yep, cool. We can get it in 6K and it can be the most beautifully drawn thing and it will probably visually look great. But it misses a certain element that you can only get with watching that original.
I agree.
And remastering and redoing it and all that, it loses that magic because now for me, it just feels like, oh, we're doing it because look, we could do it brighter and we could do it more this. And the green could be more green and the yellows can be more yellows. And it's just like, great, that's awesome. But that does nothing for me. Like there is something about watching it in its original form, the story that it's like a time capsule. It just brings you back to a moment where you're like, oh, like, damn, this was what anime was like at the time. And like, you know what? At this time, this was what peak animation probably felt like and looked like. And you know what? It just fits the story so much better and how Yusuke looks. Like, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of how much remastering we have been doing.
There's another thing too, where it's like when you go back and watch Yu Yu Hakusho, you won't get the same writing that you had back then as you would in nowadays. They dropped some crazy slurs, you know what I'm saying, that definitely would get people canceled or looked at some type of way. I remember in one of the hospital episodes when Keiko gets sick, she starts tripping out, and Kuwabara's sister's like, "Stop it! You're acting slur word." You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like you wouldn't get that in 2026.
No.
I think.
I mean, yeah, they would definitely change it for sure. They would.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you would sacrifice some of that writing in terms of, you know.
I'm okay with sacrificing slurs.
Yu Yu Hakusho is a product of its
time. But I'm just.
You're right.
But I'm just saying, like, the writing is just what would change.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
And Tagashi's artwork is completely different now. And I feel like if a studio did a modern Yu Yu Hakusho, they're going to try to make it look like modern Togashi. I don't know if y'all remember the Yu Yu Hakusho OVA episodes that dropped in 2018 for like the last couple of manga chapters that didn't get animated. As cool as those were to see, like LJ mentions, they just don't look the same as Yu Yu Hakusho. It doesn't feel like classic Yu Yu Hakusho. And so it kind of just looks like, hey, this is how it would look today. As nice as that is for a couple of episodes, I don't want that for a full project.
I hear you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just to kind of wrap things up, I want to thank all of you guys. Shout out to Jay for showing up, of course. Dropping everything here. Subs lie, dubs lie. Can we expect anything in the near future?
Yeah. October, we're coming back. We're going into the shows that made us anime fans and have kept us as anime fans. So there's a lot to discuss in this one. It's going to be a fun season.
Absolutely. So we have that to look forward to. We are officially off the hook for summer at Kame House. Another great year of this. I think this is maybe your. Don't thank God.
It's been a long summer for me.
It's been a long summer. No, for sure. And I warned you before the summer.
You did.
You were like, no, I can do it. Don't worry.
Iron Man.
So don't trip. But I'm glad that if there's anyone I trust to 100% do it all, shout out to you, AD, for being fun of this summer. Between Big Eyes, Risekai, and The Lookout, of course. We're going to take a break, obviously. What I would love to do during this break is to watch current stuff. Because, of course, we're going to be heading towards our best and worst of anime of 2026 at the end of the year. So I would love to touch on current stuff. I would love to touch on stuff that, maybe we revisit something that's coming up in the near future. I'm not sure what the fall 2026 anime spread is looking like. I haven't heard any of the major titles that we usually kind of like go ham on.
Carrie Diaries, baby, it's coming.
Oh, that's right. I should probably finish that first season, which I'm only 6 episodes in. So we have that to look forward to. But let's spend a couple weeks revisiting old stuff. I think we'll hit back.
Oh wait, the Black Clover season 2.
Oh, they have a season 2. They were at fucking Anime NYC doing something like that. Also, what is Black Torch? What am I missing? Is it Black Torch?
It was a canceled manga that decided to get it. They greenlit an anime for, and I think it was good. I've read it. It was a long time ago, but I read it, and it was good. It just got canceled. So this is something I was talking about last week, where they're starting to do projects where they want to at least give canceled Shonen Jump manga anime. So this is like the second one of them. The other one was like Kill Blue, and there's one coming in the fall called Policeman Chojo.
There we go. But we have
Blue Box season 2.
Blue Box season 2.
Rama 1/2 or Rama half is coming season 3 for that. Who's gonna die?
And
watch Tokyo Revengers.
I'll do it.
Don't waste your time.
Oh, Aowashi season 2. That's in October.
Beerus is supposed to come this fall, so we can we can definitely explore the differences and kind of talk about that as well. We got so much stuff to look forward to. Looking forward to talk about it this fall in terms of a bunch of news. I want to talk to some people. I want to do some other stuff like that. So we'll get to it. But thank you guys for tuning in this summer at Kame House. We're finally through the summer. We're finally gonna get back to it. I gotta finish Dr. Stone. I gotta finish Freerin. I gotta finish so many different things that I haven't actually touched on. And I gotta continue finding new manga to read because that's my goal for this fall, to get back on my Shonen Jump shit. So we're gonna talk about it all when we get back. But until then, don't meet us there, beat us there. This is The Lookout, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.